Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lowbrow Nation.
Fuck yeah, dude.
What's up, motherfuckers? This is friend Carson Clark. We're here for the continuation of last week's recording because we didn't know how to shut the hell up last week.
It's a podcast, not a recording.
Whatever.
We don't.
I don't understand how this works.
Internet.
I'm the guest.
We literally walked in the door, and Carson's like, "Wow, this is way more legit than I thought it was
You
going
got
to be."
like fancy microphones and stuff,
We do. We do.
and like stands for them.
We do have stands. Actually, and you know what? I said this way before, like 2 weeks ago when y'all listened to this the first time. I was, I've been listening to a lot of like just other podcasts here lately, and our sound quality is really good compared to a lot of these motherfuckers out there. Other than Joe Rogan. Fuck you, Joe Rogan.
Does he have an awesome one?
Oh, God, it's so good.
Check that out.
It's really good.
He's probably got his own studio.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. He actually records it. It's all on YouTube. You can watch it and listen to it at the same time.
Well, I hope y'all enjoyed me talking about beer last week, but we get a little ridiculous in this next portion.
Oh, God. He talked about politics, and we talked about how
man.
tattooing needs to be more regulated, and people wanting to drink beer before noon on Sundays.
Oh, we did. Yeah. So we still did talk about beer.
I just burnt the fuck out my finger. Ow.
Y'all enjoy.
Later. Wait, not later. Listen.
Now.
And then later after you listen. Dude. Okay, bye.
Dustin.
Mm-hmm.
Murder, fuck, Mary.
Uh-oh.
Here we
Playing
go.
this?
Here we go.
What are we doing now?
Robert Johnson.
Murder, fuck, Mary.
Robert Johnson.
Would you rather murder them, fuck them, or marry
Tab
them?
Benoit. Buddy guy. You got to murder one. You got to marry one. You got to fuck one.
Gotta put your ding down.
What the world?
The fuck things throw dusted off. I don't want to fuck none of them.
What, dude? You don't want to be gay? Come on.
So, you said Robert Johnson, Tab Benoit, and
Buddy guy.
Buddy
guy. Murder, fuck, Mary.
You ain't never heard murder, kill, fuck?
That's some real Peckerwood shit there. I guess I would murder Tab Benoit. I would fuck Buddy Guy.
Faggot.
God, that
marry
is so
Robert
fucked
Johnson.
up.
All right. You know what I heard today? JJ Gray's going to be playing a show down in Myrtle Beach here soon.
That's such a weird segue.
I don't know. I was thinking about music.
Okay.
Yeah, I was talking about, I wanted Dustin to come play, man. It started, got me thinking about music.
All right, Jamie. Murder, fuck, Mary.
Go for it.
God damn.
Chris Stapleton.
All right.
Ooh.
Brantley Gilbert.
Oh, God, okay.
Jason Aldean.
Murder Brantley Gilbert
Okay.
for writing all the Jason Aldean songs. I'd fuck Jason Aldean because he's kind of pretty. But I'd marry.
Gay.
I would marry
Just gay.
Chris Stapleton for his voice and his beautiful beard.
Of course you would. God, you love that. All right, Jacob.
Okay.
What's in there?
Captain Tiberius.
Who the fuck's that?
The X-Men captain on Star Trek. Whatever he was.
What?
Oh, fucking
James
Picard?
Captain Kirk?
James Picard.
Picard.
Yeah.
James
Where'd
Tiberius.
come?
It's James Tiberius Kirk.
That's it. Oh, God.
So I don't even watch the original series.
All
I
right,
don't
so
know anything about that.
Data?
which one? Hold on.
Okay.
Which Captain Kirk are you talking about? The new one or the original one?
I was thinking of X-Men. X-Men, dude.
He said X-Men, dude, so that's
That's-
X. That's Picard. That's Picard.
Yeah, Captain Picard.
Okay.
Yeah. Jean-Luc Picard. You
Okay.
totally fucked
Yeah,
that
I
up.
definitely did.
Jean-Luc
Dude,
Picard,
I-
Data,
And Spock.
Spock. So I would probably fuck Data because he's not a human, so that's not gay.
That's not gay.
That's the main concern here.
That's not gay. That's not some gay shit. He's just a
That's
robot.
not fair, though. He's a sexually neutral character.
He's just a robot. I mean, he's just a robot in a male form.
You
know
can
what I'm
just stick whatever in that.
saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'll fuck Data. What was it? It was Picard and who else?
Spock.
Spock. Kill Spock because I don't even watch the original series. And marry Picard.
Yeah.
See, you
Fair
worked
enough.
out with the best deal.
Yeah, Tab Benoit, dude. God, I would have married him all day. You could just sing to me.
Well, I mean, I ain't too versed
You know
in
he's got a good
Tab
credit
Benoit's.
score.
Yeah, probably.
You would miss Tad Benoit less. Is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
So you murder him.
Yeah. Buddy Guy, I'm not so much into Buddy Guy.
No?
Nah.
I think if
I
you
was,
murder someone though, that their presence would become more known.
Speaking of Buddy Guy, though, what I was saying about murdering Tab Benoit for him, like he's not invested in Tab Benoit's music as much, so he wouldn't miss any like.
You not a Tab Benoit fan?
I mean, I've listened to a little bit. I've heard from Jamie. I like him. Like I like him. He's definitely talented. I like him a lot.
He jams.
Well, what the fuck was I saying? Oh, Buddy Guy. Okay, so
I've heard like some early recordings of Buddy Guy. Like there was a recording out there with him and Son House. They did a version of Son House's tune. If I could have my whole heart in my hand. And Buddy Guy killed it back then, like I said, but I just haven't looked into his profile really. There's most of it. It's not that I don't like him. I just haven't,
yeah, a guy I work with said either he went and saw Buddy Guy or someone he knows went and saw Buddy Guy in Raleigh. It was a small crowd. He didn't pull a huge crowd. It was like kind of like it was a very intimate show. He said between songs, some chick in the audience was like, some like old black lady was like, "I love you, buddy. I love you, buddy." And she kept doing it. And then eventually at one point, like he stopped and he's like, "I wish you shut the fuck up."
Yeah.
I was like, that's so fucking awesome, dude.
Oh yeah.
She's like, "I love you, buddy. I wish you shut the fuck up." That's what he said. That shit was so funny. An old Buddy Guy. He's more of an electric player, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't do
Yeah.
acoustic. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably go a little bit more old school, don't you?
Yeah, I'm real old.
Deep country.
Yeah, deep country.
Yeah.
I saw that video you were talking about, Dust to Digital, that Facebook page.
Yeah.
It's a cool Facebook page.
Yeah, they do. They put all the good content up.
Yeah. I saw the one of R.L. Burnside and that dude from the Arithmetics or whatever the fuck,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
white boy from that fucking one band. I saw
So
them.
R.L. Bernstein.
Burnside.
Yeah. I've heard that in your bar before too, and put
Yeah.
that
Oh,
like,
yeah.
damn, R.L. Burnside.
We try to change it up a lot, man. We'll do all kind of stuff in there, different genres. The album that was it was a whole bunch of people did like dub versions of his old songs. I hate every one of those. Like I think Kid Rock did one every time it comes
what?
on. Dude.
Gross.
I've never even
Yeah,
heard of
it's
this.
just
think I've
like
heard that
it's
one.
like dubbed over versions of him where they just like changed up the tracks and like put like some like hip hop kind of beats behind it.
Weird.
And I
Yeah.
hate it, dude. Every time it comes on, it drives me.
Yeah, there was
batty.
a couple of records put out by Fat Possum where they tried to kind of, modernize the music a little bit and did shit like that,
Yeah.
dubbed over shit.
I mean, I would
and
just
made
rather
shit.
listen to the original ones, you know.
Wait, was it the one, like the cover of it's like orange, there's like a chair in it or something? Like the cover of the album?
I don't know.
You play it on like Pandora or
Yeah,
something, probably.
it
Yeah.
comes
Yeah,
on
that
on
one.
that.
I think that was like Heaven Sitting Down or something like that. Wish I was in Heaven Sitting Down. There was
Maybe.
another one that was like, oh man, I forgot the name
I think
of
one
it.
of these songs needs to be the outro to this episode.
You might get in some legal issues.
Oh,
But
fair enough.
Ass Pocket of Whiskey is probably my favorite.
Yeah, Ass Pocket of Wick is good. Of
I like-
of that newer genre.
I just like
pocket of whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite just because you can just tell that Burnside is just fucked up
No.
throughout the whole album. You know what I'm saying? It just sounds so awesome. And then, I don't know, it's cool. It's like full band, like drums and shit.
What was the video you posted on Facebook this week? That was R.L. Bernstein, right?
Probably. I share a lot of that content.
It was him playing with another younger white
We were
guy.
just talking
Yeah,
about
that was the one who was just
We just
talking
mentioned it
about.
while you
Okay.
stepped down.
All
yeah.
right, sorry.
From the Arithmetics.
Uh-huh.
Or whatever.
That was the dude
band
from
is.
Arithmetics?
Yeah.
Cool.
Gross.
Did y'all do Marry, Fuck, Kill?
And Carson?
Carson yet?
Nope.
No, I don't even really know what I was into besides beer.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, you do it. You know him better.
Yeah.
Jamie, Dustin, or Jacob?
Oh.
The lowbrow nation. Fuck, marry, kill.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna get two of them then.
He's gonna fuck Jamie.
Oh yeah, my sweet ass.
Who you gonna kill? That's what I want to know. Who do
man.
you want to kill?
Is this really the one I'm doing?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, man.
You can kill me.
We've
No.
slept
Oh,
in the
man,
same.
I'm gonna
Dustin would rather
I'm gonna
be
fuck Dustin.
Dustin would rather be killed than fucked.
God,
You can kill and fuck him.
Oh
Yeah.
God,
No, but this limits my choices with y'all. Damn it.
it doesn't. It's the same amount of choices.
Kill Puckett. He don't matter anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was an option.
It's the divorce is final. He's not part of it. Love you, Bucket.
I don't
man.
need friends. They disappoint me.
Jacob, I gotta sacrifice you, man.
Go ahead, man. No hard feelings, bro. I get it.
I was either gonna fuck you or Dustin.
I'll take.
I gotta
I'll take the blade.
I gotta marry Jamie. I'm already emotionally tied up with him.
Yeah, we've slept in the same bed together, so
It's a
Have we?
we know we can.
I just know. I
No,
think you
actually,
made
same room together. We can deal with each other's.
You might have made the wrong choice though, Because fucking me is going to be a lot less painful than fucking Dustin.
Yeah, that's true. Wait, who says I got to be the catcher?
I know, I was just saying.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Well,
What you did there.
that's one way to look at it.
Oh man, I didn't even look at it that way.
Oh, man.
The
that
game
guy-
has changed.
Yeah, that's something to think about.
Jeez.
little curveball.
Flip the script.
Man, that shit got gay as hell.
That's all right.
Yep. I like how every situation had to be 3 dudes.
I'm gonna.
I know. I was like, dude. When he started talking about Star Trek, I was like, I know he's going to throw like a Beverly Crusher or 7 of 9 my way somewhere. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna make it hard on you.
Beverly Crusher.
I'd fuck 7 of 9.
Oh, hell yeah.
7 of 9
God
is
damn.
the hottest Star Trek character
Jerry
of all
Ryan?
time.
Nah,
Hell yeah, dude.
No way.
Jerry Ryan is the hot. Name one Star Trek character hotter. Deanna
you
or Troy?
serious?
Fuck that.
Nope.
The black chick from the original series?
Absolutely not.
Who?
Are you serious right now?
Yeah. Who the fuck's hotter than 7 of 9?
Oh my god.
You don't even
ain't got
know.
nobody, bro.
You talking shit. You don't even know.
Yeah. That one bitch from the, what is it, Enterprise series with Scott Bakula.
Yeah.
The Vulcan bitch was T'Pol.
Yeah,
T'Pol.
yeah, she was hot.
she was
She's
pretty
not hot
but
now.
She wasn't 7
Oh
of
my
9.
god, have you seen her now?
No.
She looks bad.
Maybe she was just
Nah,
hot in
man.
that Vulcan makeup.
Captain
Janeway.
Janeway.
No, I still fuck
Janeway?
7 of 9 over Janeway. Janeway's not that hot, dude. She's cool, but
She's a
not
cool character, but really?
Yeah,
She'll get
You
up
gonna
and
stick your little dangalang in there?
yeah. She'll get up and make you breakfast.
He needs some milk.
What the world?
Janeway. Ew, really? No, Janeway's. I mean, I'd fuck Janeway, but not over 7 of 9, dude.
Hell no.
Hell.
Shit, I'd take Torres over James.
Torres was
Yeah,
hot.
Belana Torres. She was
Yeah.
pretty hot.
She was hot.
Yeah, Torres was pretty hot, dude.
For a
What's that one? Dax, the fucking from Deep Space Nine. She's hot too, and fucking Kira from Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
I've not watched any Deep Space.
Yeah, the shape shifting or the bits that like change forms or whatever.
Yeah, the one I forget what the fuck is that species called. There's like a trill.
Yeah.
Trills.
Yeah, she's hot though.
Yeah.
You know more about this than you probably need to know.
Yeah, she's hot.
You
I
gotta
forget
be
her.
invested in Star Trek,
Dax.
Will.
Dax is the trill part of her, and then there's like I don't want to get too much into it, because the trill whenever he was in his previous form was good friends with Cisco.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
His previous form?
yeah, because he used to be a dude, but then he changed. It's a progressive show, man. There's gender shit
Real ahead of his time.
ahead of his time, bro. Yeah, transgender before that shit was a hot button, dude. Before that shit was a hot issue.
Oh man. Yep.
Yeah.
You blew my mind.
But they were actually changing gender. It wasn't like they just like decided and then cut their dick off or anything.
Did it
Yeah.
show them in the change?
No, you didn't see. She was already a bitch.
It was.
She started out as the girl, but then like they talk about like his previous form like in the series. But it don't start out with it being a dude. It starts out with it being a girl. But then they reminisce about their days whenever it was a dude.
Yeah.
Dax. I can't remember her fucking first name. It was like something Dax.
I don't remember.
Dax is the
Shepherd.
trill. No.
Fucking Mass Effect.
You seen that that video with him and his wife, Kristen Bell? They're like they went on a trip to Africa. And they did,
Christian
like,
Bell is a dude.
Kristen Bell.
Oh.
Kirsten Bell.
Kirsten.
Bell.
Kirsten.
Kirsten Bell.
I don't know. Pierce the Veil.
Oh, dude, they went to Africa and like did this whole music video to the song "Plains of Africa" or whatever the hell it is.
Toto's Africa.
Fucking hysterical.
I feel like they're a good couple.
Yeah.
There's another celebrity couple that was really cool that are no longer. That was God, what is his name?
I don't know.
He was in The Office. Chris Pratt.
He was
Pardon-
in Parks and
pardon.
Recreation.
Parks and Rec. Chris.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Parks and Recreation.
And his wife, former wife,
Who?
the
In the show?
chick that played in House Bunny.
House Bunny.
That was probably
From
way
the
over
scary
enough.
from the scary movies?
Yeah.
They were married?
Yeah, they were married for a long time.
I didn't know that.
They have a kid or
What the fuck's her name? Yeah,
two.
from Scary Movies and House Bunny. I forget her fucking name.
Lane is literally yelling at her radio right now.
Yeah.
Oh God, what's her name?
Not right now.
Doesn't matter. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, they were married for a long time. They just split up like this year. I think it's called Guardians of the Galaxy. I think he might have been banging Rocket Raccoon
Geronimo or whatever her name is.
or Rocket
How the fuck did his parents come up with the name?
Gamora.
Gamora.
Dax.
Dax?
A, is that his real name?
It's probably
What
not.
kind of fucking name is that?
Who's Dax?
Dax Shepard.
Who's that? I'm lost, dude. I've been like holding in this
Damn it.
piss for like 10 minutes. I was like, I know we're closing in on time. I can make this piss. I can make it to. I ain't
I
gonna
couldn't
get
make it. I couldn't make it.
I'm trying my best to hold it in.
He started out on that show, Punked, with Ashton Kutcher.
Dax.
Yeah.
I've heard the name Dax Shepard.
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
sounds
sure.
familiar.
The name sounds familiar. I'm not sure who
You
it
know
is.
who it was.
I can't remember. He's not really done any big.
He's done some shit.
I don't know what the fuck he's done.
Shit.
Carson, Mary, fuck murder.
Mary fuck murder.
Sure. I don't know how that works.
Mary.
I've literally never
Mary
played
fuck
this game. Wicked Weed.
Oh,
Oh, that dude?
Yeah.
Dax Shepard? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found
Sick.
him.
I know who he is from Without a Paddle.
That one without a
Oh,
paddle.
Yeah,
okay.
okay, that dude. Got you.
Yeah.
Sick. What were you saying?
Why do I gotta marry beer things?
Because
Come on.
it's what you do.
Nah, there's so much of my life already.
We're gonna do this.
What'd you think you were coming on the podcast to talk about?
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna get political, man. Damn it.
He actually was looking forward to that. We might have to have him back. He's off. No, he's off this.
Can I?
We'll figure it out.
I mean, not that I wouldn't love to talk politics with you, but can I have a guest spot with Puckett? Because I just love.
I don't know if you can or not at this
I
point.
love pushing his fucking buttons.
I'm really not 100% sure about that. So that's a
talk
question
to
for him.
I'll talk.
You can ask him now.
Where do you fall on the grid? Do you know?
What's that?
The grid. The left,
Where do
right,
I fall?
authoritarian, libertarian.
Oh, very. I consider myself a Republican.
Okay.
I'm very much libertarian.
Pro beer is
Okay.
what he's.
Yeah.
I'm legally blind.
I mean, when you get into the whole debate of like fucking left and right, I definitely fall to the right. But
Okay.
in reality, I'm a libertarian.
Cool.
Well, I mean, keep
You,
going.
you,
The-
you,
the-
and Puckett,
the-
you and Puckett would probably have more to agree
the
with.
realistic libertarian, not the fucking bullshit.
That's
crazy.
why.
Not the ANCAPs,
Yeah.
not the anarcho-capitalists.
Yeah.
That's why he wants to talk to you because he wants to battle you.
No, me and Puckett share so many views, but I just love pushing his buttons, man.
Oh,
I'll
dude.
just, like anytime we start getting on political shit, I'm
Same.
always just like, I try to get him mad.
Oh, me too. Me too. I mean, I wouldn't even agree
Even
with
though
that.
we're like totally on the same page.
Yeah,
most of the
I
time.
never even agree with half the shit he says. I mean, I will agree with half the shit. I'll agree with something Puckett says, but then like pretend like I don't just to piss him off.
You know, I pulled a Jacob the other day at the shop because I don't get political at all. But
Yeah.
me and the chick I work with, she's very pro, not Trump, and she started talking about gun laws and stuff like that.
Weird way to talk about that. Pro, not Trump. You say anti-Trump.
Yeah.
Bro, not
Pro, not Trump.
Well, she was talking about gun
Same.
laws and
I don't do drugs.
yeah. Well, I don't either. She was talking about not being pro gun and all this stuff, and I literally looked her in the eye after our conversation and said, "You know that we have the same views on this. We just come into it two different ways."
Yeah.
And it kind of blew her mind about it because she's stuck in Tumblr land.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. The gun thing's weird. The gun thing's probably I'm more of a centrist than anything.
Yeah.
I tend to play advocate for the left because everyone I know is on the right. But I'm more of the or devil's advocate. But I'm more of a centrist. I'm fucking cursed to forever see both sides of an argument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where I stand a lot of the times. So I mean, I'll just try to like absorb all the information I can, and then usually I'm on a good like place to like defend either side. If whoever I'm talking to, like if someone's like talking about one side, I can. The gun thing's always been a weird thing for me though, because I'm probably more towards the right on the gun thing. I don't like guns personally.
I think the biggest problem with the whole gun argument these days is like the rest of the world. Look at the rest of the world and how they've handled, taking guns away or having stronger gun laws, all that kind of stuff. Could it help? Maybe.
Yeah.
But you put a fucking plan in place to go take everyone's guns around here.
That's
like how is that going to
the
happen?
problem with the gun
and-
thing is that there's too many guns in circulation already.
Yeah,
you
so
know what
like
I mean?
and when people talk about like solutions to mass shootings or whatever it may be, whatever the hot topic
Yeah.
of the day is, sure, maybe, and I'm very pro gun, but like I get where people come from when they talk about stronger gun laws, but like there's just no way how somebody wrap your head around how to put some sort of plan in.
It seems to me common sense that it should be difficult to get a gun.
It should be.
It is difficult.
I am
already.
very-
That's
I
the
don't know.
thing. Yeah,
I'm very pro gun as long as you're legal, but bad guys are always going to have guns or some sort of weapon.
Yeah.
I'm pro gun, but I also believe that to get a gun, it should be fucking harder to get a gun.
Yeah.
harder than it is here in North Carolina.
in the United States, period.
Well, I mean,
In North Carolina, period,
Yeah.
it should be harder.
I think
case in
North
point-
Carolina is pretty good.
Case
I think
in
North
point-
Carolina is a pretty good example for the rest of the country.
My dad had post-traumatic from Vietnam.
Yeah.
Had all sorts of other stuff. He didn't need a gun. He got a gun permit.
Yeah.
Well,
he got a gun permit, so he went through the process of doing all the paperwork. He did all that stuff. But he still
background checks and all that shit.
Yeah, but he got approved. So, like, there's two problems here. If it was a mental health thing, did he seek the help that he needed? So was it on record?
He did. Yes.
So it was on record at local medical facilities, but he still got it.
He did seek help, so that was good.
Yeah, but if he still got the pistol permit, then
maybe that was part of it. I don't know, but
what I'm getting at is, did your dad fudge some paperwork?
No.
No.
I do know that there are people that don't need guns. They get approved to get guns.
There are.
I just the gun thing's such a weird, like, it's such a riddle for me. Like, I don't know how to figure it out. You know what I mean?
No, I'm with you.
It's just such a weird thing. Like, it's clearly a problem, but like, I don't know the solution. You know what I mean? I don't know if taking guns away is a solution. It sounds like it's not.
No, I mean, I see the problem with them as well, but
yeah,
I ain't gonna let anybody take mine away.
Let me throw something at you real fast.
Yep.
Switzerland.
Yeah.
Is ranked 68th in the murder rate.
Okay.
And they have mandatory gun ownership.
Yep.
As a country.
Yep.
But what's the thing on the ammo?
I don't know.
Don't they have like some like weird restriction on ammo?
They could.
One thing I kind of want to shut this down almost immediately when you start using anecdotal data like that, and like showing statistics. And
I literally
percentages
use
from
Google.
different places all over the world. Well, yeah, but I mean, it's literally like just because something works one place doesn't mean it's
The
going to be the
culture
exact
is
same
different too.
elsewhere.
You know what I'm saying? You got to take
mean,
into consideration the culture. I think.
Yeah,
a lot
and not
of
to
times.
mention like percentage wise, like when you start dropping numbers like that, like okay, well, where did those numbers come from? You know, like we're 68th on it was it violent crimes, was it shootings?
Well, their total crimes are 2% more than the United States.
Yeah,
I don't know. People talk about gun laws and all this stuff, but go to another country that is where guns are banned, and they still got them.
Yeah.
So,
but whenever I like, what brings me more back to the left, I guess politically, is just economically, I'm more left.
I can understand that
economically.
I can understand that.
What are the core values that we, as Americans, hold in common?
I don't.
Obama.
I don't like the I don't like the unregulated free market aspect of that.
I think that's the glory of this country.
No, I don't like the unregulated free market, dude.
That is what makes this country what it is, man.
I don't think.
I think if you let the free market do its thing the way it should, it'll solve a lot of problems in this country.
For everyone listening to the podcast right now, we're going to go over time a little bit, and we're good with that.
Yeah.
So just continue listening. It'll be 2 round trips to home instead of just one.
Yeah, dude. I just think there should be like not like extreme regulations and everything. The government shouldn't have their hand in everything, but I think there should be like you should know that whenever you go buy a car, that the brakes aren't faulty. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There should be some sort of like agency or some sort of department that like I feel good knowing that if I go to the supermarket to buy meat, that the meat doesn't have salmonella in it, or that it passed some sort of like inspection or like met some sort of regulation. You know what I'm saying?
I saw something recently where people were like they were meat cutters, and they stated that regularly they will cut the cancer out of the meat and still sell it. It was a video of them cutting like cancer out of like the meat of, I think it was a pig. Mm. And they just cut it out, and they're like, "Yeah, we just cut it out, and then we still sell it."
When you have like an anarcho,
I don't think cancer is like contagious like that.
I don't know, man, but it fucked me up, dude.
I would imagine that's probably still safe meat.
It looked bad.
But I just feel like if you go like completely anarcho-capitalist, like super libertarian free market thing, that's how you end up with like a Flint, Michigan. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying as far as like health standards and safety standards and stuff like that, but most of those things are already put in place, and I get that. Like free market, when I say that, I mean the capital side of it.
Yeah.
Like if what's a good example? I'll say tattoo shops,
Mm-hmm.
Jacob, if you're doing, work that's, really good and you're charging $400 an hour.
Yeah.
And Jamie's doing work that's on the exact same level and he's charging $100 an hour.
Yeah.
Obviously people
sure
are going to go to jail. Like that,
Right.
You know, like if
right.
people deliver a product,
Yeah.
and they charge something for it, and you know that's it.
But-
If the product is subpar,
Yeah.
then the free market will weed those people out in the first place.
I think the tattoo. I'm glad you brought up the tattoo industry because I use this as an example to support my position a lot more.
Okay.
With regulations, because we have regulations, and you say the free market works it out.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of people with the right information and knowing they're getting a shitty tattoo, go out of the house anyway. I would love to see more restrictions and more regulations on the tattoo industry.
There definitely needs to be more restrictions and more regulations.
There should be
on
more. There
tattooing.
should be more of a penalty for people who are tattooing out of the house.
Like in the
But-
state above us in Virginia to get your state
Well,
Virginia's
this is getting
license.
into legality issues.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
But to get a Virginia's to be licensed to tattoo in the state of Virginia, you have to pass a 200 question test that involves color theory.
Yeah.
And all these other things that actually involve tattooing. In North Carolina, you just have to be clean.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
It has nothing to do with,
no. I mean,
you being good.
That's fine. I don't even care about being good. What I care about is being clean. I don't even think you should really necessarily like test someone on whether or not they like know the right color theory or know the color wheel or know art theory in general.
But in the same argument, there's a local shop that just opened up within this year in our county.
Yeah.
That, in my opinion, is garbage.
Well, that's all subjective. What I'm saying is like that doesn't.
It's not subjective. You can look at
No,
it.
it is subjective. Art. I mean, as much as I don't like, as much as I want to say that there is objective, as much as I want to
know.
say that there are objective like aspects of tattooing, whether or not the lines are straight, the shading's clean, and stuff like that, it's not. You know what I mean? People, shaky lines, shitty lines, unsaturated color, all that stuff could be a style that someone's into. Who am I to say that that's not what they want? You know what I'm saying? As long as I know that those people aren't like running a high risk of getting hepatitis or AIDS or something like that,
I get
it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying
100%.
is that if someone's tattooing out of their house and doesn't meet the right standards, the right regulations from some government department and from some government ran department, then that's not cool. And then if you completely abolish that department to make it like a free market and then people just kind of going to the cheapest place out of their house, and like that's a health and safety concern. You know what I'm saying?
I think we're just talking about two like different. We're on two different levels right now. What we're talking about with this, because you're talking about like just straight up abolishing all government, and that's not really what I mean.
Yeah.
When I talk
Well,
about
whenever I talk about like see, that's the problem I have. Whenever someone talks about libertarianism, I automatically think they're anarcho-capitalists.
And the problem, like most people who have libertarian views, I mean, it's most people aren't that extreme. You know, most people aren't going to say like I mean, would I love to see the IRS abolished? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, absolutely. But you know, I don't think that's ever going to happen. And I think most libertarians that carry those kind of views, you know, we know that like not all fucking government's ever going to be like, let's get rid of them.
Let me just ask you a question: why do you hate roads so much?
Roads? I don't hate roads. But and
it's like my favorite argument.
What?
The roads argument is like a classic argument between the left and libertarians.
I get the need for government and even in my ridiculous libertarian views, I get the need for it. I see that, and I believe in some taxes. You know, we should have taxes, but there's a really good argument that Mitch, our manager at the bar, likes to make, and God, I would love for him to come on here one day. Actually, that'd be funny.
I don't think I would.
No, yeah, he will shut everyone down, dude. He is just the most intelligent. Anyway, so
God, married
cops
kill that guy.
Yeah. No, Mitch is awesome.
You do them all.
Cops.
Right.
There's this huge problem with cops right now in the country. Everybody's on one side or the other.
Bear, hold up go and get your point out for Jamie.
Yeah. Okay. But I mean, this is a hypothetical situation right now. Okay, I'm just using this. So there's a huge problem with cops right now. Privatize cops. Right. Now I'm not for this or anything, but I know privatize cops. All right.
I don't like that.
Have you ever seen RoboCop?
Get rid of the taxes. Yeah, get rid of the taxes and all that stuff because you don't have to pay cops anymore. You don't have to pay cops through your taxes.
Not unless you want someone to solve your wife's murder.
Exactly, but if you pay a subscription fee for the protection of the local law. You pay every month. You pay X dollars, whatever it is, and the cops protect you. And if you call and you're like, "Oh, somebody's breaking into my house," they're like, "Oh, too bad. You need to pay $8.99 this month."
Are you in support of my claim right now?
No, I'm using this just as an example.
That's called the mafia.
Now this is super extreme. Yeah, I mean this is a super extreme scenario right now, but it's just an example in cutting all the taxes out, cut the government out, cut the middleman out, and the things that we can privatize them. The free market will weed all that stuff out.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
they'll weed out all the shittiness. You know, what are the cops going to do? The local privatized cops when they're really shitty and everybody's pissed off at them and they're not getting their $8.99 fucking subscription every month from every resident in their county or whatever. You know? They go under and somebody else comes up and protects the community in a better way.
So what about not even cops? What about the judicial system? How would you privatize the judicial system? Ultimately, a government has to have a monopoly on force because there has to be some sort of like judicial arbiter. So what you're saying is if you stole my wallet and then I had a claim against that, I would have to go hire a judge. There would be competing judicial agencies that we would have to like. Why if I hire a judge to judiciate my claim against you or our competing claims, wouldn't he have an incentive to want to award the
person who paid them the most?
Exactly.
Yeah, and absolutely, there have to be some non-bias parties within a community.
That would never work.
Yeah.
My point exactly.
No, but yeah,
never.
The whole cop thing, that was just an extreme example. That's not what I believe.
Aren't those called lawyers?
I'm not down with that.
It's the reductio ad absurdum. I get what you're saying. The same thing is like what I was just saying with there are people out there who like think everything should be privatized.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of libertarians, I won't say majority of libertarians, but a lot of libertarians.
A lot of extreme libertarians.
Yeah.
But that's not how most people do. Like when people say they're libertarians today, they're like, "Hey, I really want fucking taxes to go down, and
I want to smoke weed.
I want to smoke weed.
Gay people should get married.
Yeah,
if they
exactly.
Want,
and everything.
I'm totally libertarian.
Yeah, everyone's happy, and I want to keep my guns. That's what most people mean.
Most people mean by
the term libertarian is thrown around so loosely today.
So libertarians are the new independents.
No,
not really.
I think that's the problem with like why people claim libertarian so much because they have that conception of it. Mm-hmm. But it's a misconception. It's not an independent. An independent, I don't even what independent is.
They're just kind of like down for whatever.
It's a lack of association, really.
Yeah, it's like atheism. Like atheism isn't a religion; it's a lack of a religion. You know what I mean? People would like to argue that, but I mean that's just by definition.
Yeah,
it is what it is. You know what I mean? But I mean, libertarianism I think is more so on the right than people think than a lot of people think it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's more so a right wing philosophy. Yeah. It's more of a philosophy than it is I think a political. Yeah.
But even like Gary Johnson this year, man, Gary Johnson didn't have like true libertarian views. You know, I mean, he had some, but like they were very watered down.
Yeah. Well, you have to though. Yeah. I mean, if you're running no libertarian candidate's going to go out there and do well unless they water it down a little bit because it is such a extreme political philosophy. You know what I mean?
If Bill Weld would have ran at the top of that ticket.
Bill Weld. What's the other guy? There's another guy that ran against.
Never heard of Bill Weld.
Daryl Perry ran against
Gary Johnson's vice president.
Okay, yeah. So Daryl Perry is another.
That's a hard name to say.
Daryl Perry.
Did you vote for Gary Johnson?
No.
He voted for the
Emperor.
The orange man.
The Emperor.
The Emperor.
The great Emperor.
Dang. I've literally never told anybody who I voted for.
No. It was obvious.
No, you didn't have to, man.
Except for 2 weeks ago when Jacob told the world.
Okay, so it's already out there.
Yeah.
No,
whatever. I did.
No, I get it, dude. I mean, I
didn't vote for that
Gary
she-beast.
Johnson is that fool. Jesus Christ. He's every time he got up behind a mic, dude.
Yeah, he could
look like a fucking idiot. That's why Bill Weld would have been so much better.
He seemed more like a puppet than anything.
Yeah.
Gary Johnson couldn't get through a fucking interview without mortifying himself.
Yeah, seriously.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he would. Somebody asked him about smoking weed one time, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm waiting right now. I'm on the campaign trail. I'm not going to smoke weed right now." And it's like, dude, like, come on. Nobody is going to take anything seriously that you say now.
But like I was saying, Daryl Perry was he was a libertarian candidate who missed the nomination. Gary Johnson got. He ran against Gary Johnson. Daryl Perry's, I think, more of a libertarian than Gary Johnson is. But he's fucking crazy. He's like an extreme libertarian, we were talking about.
Oh, he's like bananas.
Well, I mean, I just all perspective.
When we talk about like extreme libertarians, I don't see that as any different than like
communists.
Yeah, I mean specifically, God, what's his face? I can't even remember his name now. Oh my God, ran this year. Is everybody's the old guy? Everybody's in love with him. Left wing.
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders. Yeah. Sanders. Yeah. I mean that's
Bernie Sandals.
Bernie Sandals.
You ever put on some sandals and they're just really hot on your feet?
Vote for Bernie Sanders.
You leave your sandals out in the carport.
I mean, just as extreme.
Bernie Sanders is pretty extreme. I liked him. I voted for Bernie in the primary.
I would have taken Bernie over Hillary.
I would love to have seen it come down to
I bet
like
you would.
Yeah.
Anyway, who fucking wouldn't take Bernie over Hillary?
Apparently, well, nobody because she paid everybody off.
She pried that fucking that nomination right out of Bernie's cold.
Well, y'all are talking about politics, man. I'm gonna actually chime in a little bit. What do y'all think about Canada and what they're doing now?
What are they doing now?
What have I missed?
The dude that's running Canada now, the prime minister. I can't remember his name.
Trudeau.
Yeah, he's like letting like all the Islamic like ISIS members kind of move into the country.
See, now, where did you hear this?
Yeah, no, now let's see. Where are you getting your news from? Because that sounds like some fucking Breitbart clickbait.
I don't know. I'll look it up real fast. I'm not really sure. Let me make sure. Y'all can talk about something else.
Yeah, I mean,
no, you're talking about refugees and Muslim refugees, and you're saying that as
like,
ISIS members.
Hello, ISIS members, come to Canada.
Yeah, all the poor fucking Syrian children, ISIS members.
Wow, Jamie.
Those unfortunate ISIS members.
A new love.
Sorry.
Jesus Lord.
Yeah, Trudeau sparks outrage with plan to reintegrate ISIS terrorists into the country.
What's the source? What's the source?
God.
The Blaze, the Daily Conservative.
You know what?
How do you feel about immigration into the States?
You know what?
As far as the how it works now, and
in what context you're talking about? As far as like
I mean, let's talk specifically about Syrian refugees.
There's literally no like credible sources, so I don't know where the fuck I saw it at. But it's like lifesitenews.com.
Sounds reputable.
Yeah, it sounds legit.
Okay,
they're all terrible. Like apparently, CBC, CTV, that's Canada's TV news.
We're talking specifically about Muslim.
Yeah, sure.
Muslim assimilation or refugees.
That was
terrible.
It's a weird one. I don't know.
Take that one back.
I don't know. It's a weird one. I think. My heart goes out to those people. I know this sounds like kind of condescending, but there are people who generally need refuge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Genuinely need refuge.
And look at when all the Irish people came over here.
They are some of the most unfortunate people in the world. You know what I mean? The people that are born over there. But I think you can't just open the floodgate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There has to be some sort of, I don't know, because if you take in an amount of people from that area who believe a certain set of beliefs, you are going to take in some percentage of radicalized people. Yeah. It's just going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And I don't know what there has to be if it's going to happen. There has to be an appropriate vetting process.
This is another example with like the whole how do we fix a gun problem?
How do you fix? Yeah. How do you what's the right vetting?
Yeah. And people get so they'll get so up in arms about all these social issues that we talk about all the time, and it's like I wanted to scream at people and be like, you got an idea?
Yeah, no.
Like how the fuck are we gonna everybody wants to have these strong, passionate emotions about these topics.
No one wants to talk.
How do we fix it?
That's true.
No one like so but like it's just like either way it's a bad thing because you got to accept that you're going to be like accepting some amount of radicalized Muslims, Islamists. Yeah. Islamists, I should say rather. But also
Islamist? Is that the
Islamist
is that the proper
Well, I mean there's radical, radical Islamists or Islamist. Islam is a political religion. It is a religion that seeks to rule. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if you are like a devout follower of Islam, then that is ultimately an agenda of yours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
what?
It's just, but then you also, on the other hand, freedom of religion. How do you tell someone they can't come in here because of a certain religion? Yeah. So it's it's kind of a paradox. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. What is the right answer? I don't know. It's complicated. That's all I can say about it. Yeah. Cursed to see both sides of the argument. You know what I mean? Freedom of religion. If we say people can't come in here because they're a member of a certain religion, that is unconstitutional. That's just as unconstitutional as taking your guns away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. True story.
So absolutely. What's the right answer? People don't think about it like that. Most people don't. They are just emotionally hijacked by whatever their their biases are naturally, whatever they're naturally biased to. You know what I mean?
I feel like you, Jacob, and I are very similar. but I'm just like on a dumber level. I mean, that's
I mean, you're not on a dumber level. I probably just pay more attention to this stuff than you do, and that's just
Probably.
a choice I make.
I live my life in Disneyland.
I mean, it's not like the information's not there. Like, I don't. Whenever you say you're on a dumber level, like, I don't think that you're incapable of understanding this stuff. You probably just don't have the drive or the want to like really know as much about it. You know what I mean?
I like living
and
in the dark.
I'm pretty not. I'm not the most intelligent person on the issue by far. You know what I mean?
Me neither.
It's such a weird thing to
I
talk.
like living in the dark a little
that's
bit
fine.
more.
Yeah. It's ignorance is bliss. That old saying is a true thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we were actually talking about this at the shop the other day, similar, about the dark web.
Mm-hmm.
And all the shit you can do or buy or, it's just bad stuff. And then that kind of led into the Bitcoin thing. And
Is Bitcoin still a thing?
it is the thing.
Is it still going? Because I know
It is
it
still
kind
a
of like
thing.
hit a peak. I thought
So-
it kind of fallen off.
I looked up how much one Bitcoin is. When Bitcoin first came out, it was like 50 cents.
Yeah.
You can get one Bitcoin for
Yeah.
50 cents.
Damn.
It's like $8,700 plus.
That's fucking crazy.
It's for one Bitcoin now. It's
Wow.
almost $9,000 for one Bitcoin.
That's
now.
insane. What's
Yeah.
the point of it at that? Like,
Fuck, man. But my dad was in some crazy shit, and I feel like he may have like shares in Bitcoin somewhere hidden that I don't
he's
know
got some
about.
Bitcoins in.
Yeah, that'd be badass. I'd be like, yo, you got 500 Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Bruh.
Let me get
How do I look this up?
Yeah.
And one of the customers I had this week, she has a friend that has this machine. I'm not sure what it is. If anyone listening knows what the fuck it is, let us know. But she said it's really hot. It just, and I thought she was like hot, like it's like
Is it a Bitcoin dispenser?
kind of. Apparently, she said when it's powered on, it makes Bitcoins. It makes
What?
money for her, for
No
this
way.
person. Not her. It was a friend of hers. And I'm just
This doesn't sound legit.
I don't know what it is.
Bitcoin
man.
is like a digital kind of
It's
thing.
a digital currency, yeah.
Are there still the places where you can go exchange your Bitcoin for like
Fucking
for a-
yes, it's like a stock
like, US
market, but
dollars?
instead of a stock market, it goes up and down. The value goes up and down like stocks.
So she's got a printing press that gets really hot.
but
Is what it is.
and that makes digital
It
information.
makes digital money.
maybe it might be some.
That can't be true. I do know the one thing I do know about Bitcoin is when it started, it was a set amount. When the founders that came up with Bitcoin, it was like 20 million or 20,000 or something. You know, I know there was a 2 in there somewhere. It was like 20,000 Bitcoins, we'll say, and it's not that like basically the sum of everybody's Bitcoins in the whole world will equal this 20,000 or 200,000, whatever it was. So as the value goes up, like you were saying, like they started like 50 cents and now they're like 9,000 or whatever. It's not that, more has been made, but everybody has a smaller portion,
Yeah.
so you might only have 0.75 Bitcoins in your Bitcoin account, but that's just one chunk of that original 20,000.
Okay,
That sounds more
That makes-
believable
that
than
makes sense.
So there's no
Game
way it
Shark
could just
and
be like
Tron
making
over
more.
here.
but I don't
Jamie's
know how
talking
this
about.
thing works.
Yeah.
But it's some crazy machine that gets hot with heat, and when it's on, they're making money.
Printing money.
I don't know
Printing
how it
Bitcoins.
works. Don't know how it works.
It's like a 3D printer.
Just her,
I don't even give a fuck.
her, the dude, and Tronland
Maybe.
making
But
Bitcoin.
the whole Bitcoin thing, when I looked up the amount of
Going
one
into the
Bitcoin
grave.
now, and it was almost $9,000, I was like, damn,
Yeah,
that's crazy. Look it up.
I am.
You look it up right now. It's
I'm doing it.
87 and some like 87.28 or some shit. Do it.
I'm doing it.
Fucking do it. Don't be no bitch. How was your pee?
Great.
Yeah.
Relieving.
Oh, I bet it was.
Fuck, dude, I've been holding it for so long.
I know. I was holding mine for a long time.
I'm ready to drink about 4 more beers.
Oh hell. Getting right.
No.
Get it tight. I'm so right. What was it?
I really couldn't tell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like a whole bunch of websites that were like bitcoinvalue.com, and I'm not going to believe any information from that.
Scared to click on those websites. Same.
They're watching.
Yeah. Anything else you want to discuss with me about?
I don't know.
Religion?
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Are we agreeing or disagreeing?
The lack of? Yeah.
Oh shit!
Okay.
It's gone up. One Bitcoin converted to U.S. dollars, $9,749. It's literally gone up in the past 4 days
Yeah.
since I talked about it, by about $100.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
$97.49.
I want to have someone on the podcast who's like pretty religious that I can talk to and debate. debate. What's that about?
I don't know any of those people.
I always struggle talking about religion with people because I value the fact that they have the right to believe whatever they want to believe.
Yeah.
So although I am just so atheist, like,
Yeah.
I can't try to project that on anyone.
No.
That's probably the best way to be. There's so many people out there.
Yeah, and it's
I don't project it on anyone, but if someone wants to have like a philosophical argument about it, I'll totally do that. I'm not going to attack them.
There's literally one person I know that would be totally down to do that.
But I would just offer them point, like point and counterpoint. You know what I mean? Kind of a situation. It's not like it's not like I'm trying to like fucking shatter their fucking like worldview or anything, or like change their life whenever I'm talking to them. It's just kind of like a fucking like a sparring match almost. You know what I'm saying? But the only time I do get like really upset about it is whenever things they're saying have like policy implications or legislation implications. You know what I mean? Like if they
because I mean that was one of the founding things. Like
if like someone's like saying they should teach like young Earth creationism in schools to children, that the Earth is only 6,000 years old. Like I'll get pretty like.
Did you hear the whole brunch bill story?
Yeah, I did, but yeah, you can tell it again. Yeah, definitely.
Oh man,
bring it at us.
All right, so this was a couple months ago in North Carolina. They passed a brunch bill. It was so North Carolina we can sell alcohol before noon on Sunday, only as early as 10 a.m. So we can start serving at 10 a.m. now.
Because really, who's up before 10 a.m. on Sundays?
Yeah.
I mean, really.
So state passed it, and they said each municipality could make their own decisions and set their own guidelines in line with the new law. So the state or each city didn't have to allow it, but they could if they wanted to. So me and a friend of mine went out to City Hall the night that they were going to be voting on it, and I had seen in the paper, man, somebody sent me a damn screenshot or like a picture on the phone, and it was some dude that like wrote a letter to the editor in the News Argus in Goldsboro. It's like calling all good Christians.
Band together.
It's like, damn it, man. All right, so I got to go over here and like support this thing. So I'm sitting in the back, listening to the whole City Hall meeting, like all these older people, where you can see this pack of old people up in the front, man, and they're all getting up one by one and talking about like it's the Lord's Day and everything, and just like chest thumping.
Why are you mad?
Slapping the Bible, dude. And finally, like I waited to the end, man, and I got my buddy got up and he spoke in favor of it real quick, and then I got up and I was just like, look. I had all these notes written, and then I forgot them at the bar. And I walked over there and was like, fuck. I totally forgot like everything I was going to say, but basically I was just
What'd you get for drinking too much?
Yeah, actually the big problem was I personally just really want to see one council member off our city council. And he said something that I just really thought was ignorant in the working session before the meeting.
What did he say?
He said that he didn't have a problem with like restaurants and stuff serving alcohol that early, but he thought that it would be an issue at like convenience stores and gas stations, stuff like that. Serving alcohol that early.
Why?
Because even at gas stations you can't buy alcohol before noon.
Why would it be not a big deal at restaurants and like because if you buy it at a convenience store you can take it home and drink it that night, but if you buy it at a restaurant you're drinking it there. So I think the restaurant would be the bigger concern.
I think it was just
drunk in public.
It was just him like wanting to find something wrong with it. So I got up and just immediately called him out.
Yeah,
I was like, hey, why is it that Sunday is any different from every other day of the week when we can serve alcohol at 7 a.m.?
Yeah.
Like, why is Sunday different? And like, I'm sitting here looking at him. It was the longest pause in the world. Like, I was like,
why? So you wanted him to say it?
Yeah, I wanted him to respond
Day.
to it. That was a question. It wasn't even that. Like, I didn't even.
I would have wanted him to say that.
But I even told him like I'm sitting there looking at him, and I was like, that was a question, sir. And finally some like old lady in the back was like, it's the Lord's Day.
Yeah,
I was like, I was like, that's okay, that's what it is. Okay, so now we're making laws based on religious affiliation,
separation of church and state.
Yeah, we have a separation of church and state, and I was like, look, fellas, go look up the First Amendment. Can't do that. Period. And obviously we got a bunch of old guys. It's Eastern North Carolina. We got a bunch of old guys on there, and they're all religious fellas. That's fine. They ended up passing it, but walking out of that city council meeting, like walking down the steps of City Hall, dude, we just got bombarded by these old people, just like, you sinners. Like one of them, this lady literally told me she hoped I died of cirrhosis of the liver.
Jesus Christ!
And
that's not very Christian.
This is me and Dustin Pike, like two clean cut white dudes, like button down shirts.
You mean your friend?
Like, we're in there, and like everybody was like, I'm just trying to make a buck because you own a bar, and it's like, no, you don't have anything. I opened one day early just to celebrate that they passed the bill. I haven't opened since then. This wasn't a make a buck. It's just principle.
Yeah,
like principle. They should not be making laws because of they're
It's a separation of church and
Yeah,
state.
exactly.
Well, I don't know. The person that says you hope you die from cirrhosis of the liver, good on them. Because honestly, when you look at the Christian way, that is not a very Christian way to be doing things.
Yeah, I'm sure when she meets the Lord himself.
I mean,
Come on, guys.
There's a lot of people that do stuff.
I mean, there's a
and
lot
say
of
stuff.
bad things in the Bible that is like a part of the. I don't want to get into it.
But people bitch and
Talk
people
about the
moan
Christian
about
way.
motherfucking people, and you know they're like, oh, you can't do it that way. But they're at home fucking getting their ass beat by their boyfriend, and they go to church and preach the next day.
Yeah,
like I have nothing wrong with getting your ass beat by your boyfriend. Go for it.
I mean, gay people should be killed, though.
No, that is not
according
the
to the
way
Bible.
I look at it.
How do you look at Leviticus, whatever it is? Then?
Listen, my brain's working a little slower, so you put
I messed with this
the other part of it.
That same day. I
It
messed
just
with this
it just
one
fucking
woman.
pisses me off when people lead this holier than fucking thou life, and they're not. Just shut the fuck up. You're gonna go home and drink your fucking wine, aren't you, bitch? Cause that you bought last night.
It's talking about the Christian way of life, though. I'm just like,
I fucked with this one.
Oh, you're
woman
gonna
real
drink
good
it
that
because
day.
you're fucking people.
Walking down the steps to City Hall, I'm like, this lady's like, she like touched my shoulder, and she was like, I'm gonna pray for you, son. And I was like, well, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you. And it was like, if you ever want to see a good time that involves alcohol, that's not ridiculous heathenry or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, come stop by my place. I would love to show you a good time.
I would
only
just
person's
say you could
titties.
perform any arbitrary action in my name that you want. It's not going to make a difference.
So like,
you know
but
what I mean?
we're walking down the steps and we're just having this like I could tell she was like worried about me, but I was just like trying to be super nice and respectful to her and everything. And we get out at the front doors at City Hall, and that one woman is like, I hope you die of cirrhosis of the liver. And I was just like, oh great. And I turn around and I touch this woman on the shoulder and shake her hand, and I was like, it was such a pleasure talking to you, ma'am. And I could tell that was just like,
dude.
like what? How is this guy so nice but such a heathen?
In situations like that, though, it's counterproductive because in situations like that, I become the person they want me to be.
Yeah.
I go full neck beard, just fucking put the fedora on, just ready to fucking just be a fucking turd about it. You know what I mean?
I wanted
for
to
it.
that day, man. But
I
just,
can't help it.
Kill him with kindness. That's the old
Yeah.
saying.
Nah,
and
fuck
honestly,
that.
like
War.
the only person's titties that I know of that's ever come out at your bar is mine.
That's not true.
You heathen. How's that psoriasis? Cirrhosis coming?
Cirrhosis. I'm working on it, but
How's that psoriasis of the liver coming?
Yeah.
Dry, scaly liver.
I'm getting there.
Put some lotion on that.
I can't kill him with kindness in that situation because I just know I'm right and I can't let it go. You know, I'm just like, I know I'm right.
There was some other shit too, man. I can't. There was some gnarly shit to this. It was all the old ladies too.
It's the
like
same
the
thing
old
when
men
people-
didn't say a word. It was just the old lady.
Because they got drunk the night before.
Yeah, probably.
It's the same thing when we talk about people tattooing in the house.
Yeah.
Like, people have arguments for it all day long. But it's just not right. It's gross.
Yeah.
It's bad. Don't do
It's
it.
a health hazard.
It's just a health hazard. You're gonna get sick. You're gonna fucking get cirrhosis.
Well,
You're,
no,
gonna-
no,
you're gonna get
cirrhosis.
psoriasis.
Yeah, you probably get
Yeah.
psoriasis. That makes
Something
sense.
bad's gonna happen.
Yeah,
You know, there's a couple states still that don't fucking regulate tattooing.
gross.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
There's a couple states that regulate piercing more than tattooing as well, which is okay.
How
'cause
was North Carolina on that like
Piercing?
spectrum?
There's no regulation on piercing as of this moment, but
Is that changing?
it is going to change soon.
Let's hope so.
What about tattooing? Like compared to the rest of the country?
we're
Moderate?
We're a little more than middle of the road.
Yeah.
We look after people. We look after the artists a little more than some states. Virginia's probably one of the hardest states.
Really?
Yeah.
And New York State is probably one of the hardest states.
Yeah.
You have to go through a lot of shit, medical training to get
So
your license.
How do you feel about that as a tattoo artist? A tutu artist?
What do you mean?
How do you feel? Like, I mean, would you rather see North Carolina's be more strict or less strict?
I feel like North Carolina's needs to be more strict, and
Really?
also, and along the lines of being more strict, if
It's got to be a lot of behind the scenes.
I think
stuff,
not
though.
even
There's a lot of
not,
scenes.
not okay. So let me interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Okay.
but not necessarily more strict on what's going on. I think what's going on needs to be enforced more.
boom, I was getting ready to say
That's
that.
what
He
it
took
needs
the words
to
out
be.
of my mouth.
Yeah.
The state of Virginia has a state regulation. You have to go actually through the Board of Cosmetologists and Barbering to get your license.
Really?
In North Carolina, it's governed by county, and the prices are different. In Virginia, it's one price across the board.
Yeah.
Which is a crazy amount. Actually, it's not that crazy. But different counties in North Carolina can charge different amounts for your permitting. Like one of our local counties that's near us is $500 a year. Our county is $250 a year.
Yeah.
There's another county that's $100 a year. There's a county out towards the western part of the state, like towards Charlotte area, that's like $1,100 a year for one
That's a
permit.
lot.
In the state of North Carolina, you can be licensed in one. That license that you get is in that establishment and that establishment only.
And
Literally.
in that spot in that establishment. Right?
Literally,
In
yeah.
North Carolina?
Yeah, North Carolina. Literally.
So how does it work if you want to do like a guest spot somewhere?
The way the rules state, you got to be.
Let's not talk about that.
The way the rules state, you're supposed to be licensed in that shop and that shop only.
Okay.
But you can be licensed in multiple shops. You just got to pay for that license in that shop. Like when
so you
the
just
shop
gotta
I was
keep
most
repaying.
recently at, when I owned Acres Away, just after I sold it, we had a flood. We moved next door. The landlord was gracious enough to let us move next door and do our business out of there.
Yeah.
The county, which I'm pretty good friends with and I'm in good standing with, I wasn't an owner at the time, but that helped out. We were supposed to get relicensed in that location, which was literally
Next door.
fucking next door.
Yeah.
Like we shared a wall.
Yeah.
That's the way the rules state. North Carolina needs to be more governed by the state. We need to have a license fee across the state, and it needs to be fucking enforced.
Yeah.
I have personally told, which I have a good relationship with, and I like him. He's a great dude. I've told our main health inspector for Johnson County about multiple people tattooing in the house, and they're like, well, we
Nothing.
can't really do anything
Yeah.
about it. The only time that I've seen somebody get arrested for tattooing in a house, which is illegal, is when they got busted for selling weed out of the house. They were selling weed.
It was just another charge.
And it
that
was
they
just
tacked
another
on there.
charge that they tacked
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's bullshit. So, yeah, North Carolina needs to not only be more strenuous on the licensing process, but they also need to be more
Yeah.
strenuous on enforcing the licensing.
Yeah, I think that's really where the money is. I think as far as like what
Fuck, I went on that one. Sorry,
I think
guys.
as far as like what we go through to get our license is more or less where it needs to be. It's not too strict.
What-
It's not too loose.
Yeah, no, honestly,
it's more or less where it needs to be,
but
right?
we need to be. There's no laws on bloodborne pathogens. No rules against it.
Okay.
So we don't have to pass it.
Yeah.
We don't have to pass any CPR,
CPR,
first aid,
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
I believe in the state of North Carolina, we should at least have to pass a bloodborne pathogen test before we even can apply to get our
Bloodborne
fucking permits.
pathogen tests are nothing to fucking pass though.
They're
I'm
not,
really- what
but
I'm really
at
curious
least
about-
at least you can watch the video on Red Cross's website
Yeah.
and learn something
Yeah.
about bloodborne pathogens.
That's true. That's true. I mean,
And see, it's not nothing for you because the
I've done
person
it.
that taught you, me and Drew, the person that taught Drew, were versed in it, and
Yeah.
I taught you how to go about dealing with that stuff.
Yeah.
There's people out there that fucking open up tattoo shops from other states. They come in, fucking open up. They're like, "Fuck it, man!" Fucking snapping their gloves off, fucking being all weird. Like as soon as you snap a glove off of your
You're
hand,
spraying
you
blood
aerosol
everywhere.
blood.
Yeah.
You have bloodborne pathogens floating in the air. You're inhaling them, fucking whatever, dude. Now there are some places that are
See,
little.
I never would even guess that.
There, you know,
It's not anything
There's
I would
a
ever
there's a
thought
ketchup
of.
trick. It's ketchup and cardboard. Smear your hands with ketchup. Take your gloves off on top of cardboard, and if you snap them off, ketchup's going to
See
go
it.
everywhere.
Oh yeah.
So it kind of visualizes. It gives you a visual thing.
What I want
of
to
that.
know is
But it's-
like I hear you saying like bloodborne blood.
And CPR. CPR is another. Maybe not
CPR.
CPR, but first aid. You need to know some sort of first
Is it
aid.
bloodborne pathogens?
Bloodborne
Yeah, you
pathogens.
got it.
That kind of stuff. I obviously, I mean, common sense will tell. I understand why you need that, but I want to know is like, as far as the licensing and all that stuff goes, what are the standards and why? So like bloodborne pathogens, that kind of stuff. That's easy. But if there are more, what are they and why? And the fees that are associated, what is that paying for?
The fees.
What is that money going
Literally,
to?
the fees
And
that
that's-
we pay are going to the county.
The health.
Now, in Johnston County, there was no fee to
Yeah.
get licensed as a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
There was multiple tattoo shops with multiple artists that were getting permitted. Like they were permitting new people.
Yeah.
They were just the turnover rate was so quick.
Yeah.
They were permitting people so fast. The county's like, fuck, we can make some money on this. So it literally went from 0 to $250,
Yeah.
which is bullshit. And that's why I think that the state needs to make a set fee across the state.
Yeah.
If you want to get permit in North Carolina, set it at fucking $250. Set it at $500.
Whatever
I'm
it
good
is.
with that.
Something consistent.
Just consistent.
Yeah.
Right.
Because there's
And that's what-
the
that's-
reason it's so high in I think it was Greensboro, whatever county Greensboro's in, or Charlotte, one of the two.
Mecklenburg or Charlotte.
Yeah, the
Or
reason it
Edgecombe.
was
Mecklenburg.
it's not Edgecombe.
Edgecome's
County
Rocky
is-
Mount.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah.
Mecklenburg County is Charlotte.
Yeah.
I can't remember what county fucking Greensboro is in, but it was one of those two states that was like $1,100, $1,200 a state for county. The reason it's so high is because there's so many fucking tattoo shops.
Yeah.
They say there's fucking 10 tattoo shops, and they each have 3 artists. That's 30 tattoo artists that have to get permanent every year. 30 times $30,000 they're making every year off these fucking motherfuckers. Not including guest artists that actually follow the rules in air quotes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna use this as a little bit of a segue, but like the prices, and they're so different across North Carolina, and that just makes no sense to me. Like, what is that money going to, and why are they charging those fees? You know, like, why is it that those fees are different across the board? And what is that money paying for? You know, you're paying the fee to get the license, but that money needs to be going to something. I mean, and you can break it down. I mean, the clerk that you're dealing with at the health department, you know, like her salary has to get paid. That's great.
I get that.
And everything's cool. You know, there has to be some sort of fee associated with it. But and I'm going to use this to move into the alcohol industry because I think this is a really good example. The fees that we pay to have alcohol permits. And North Carolina is very special. The way we have the ABC stores and it's all state driven. You know, I mean, all the alcohol in the state goes through the state, you know, as far as hard liquor and stuff. But go on the North Carolina ABC's website and look at. They have this like funny looking little graph thing, and it's like a picture of a liquor bottle turned over, and it has a breakdown of like
No, they put that
the
on all of their
income-
bags.
Yeah, the income from like how much the state made that year, and like break it down and shows like where all that money goes to, and like 90% of it is the general fund.
You know what? Even if
Try
it
to
is,
figure out what the fuck where the money from the
my
general
argument with
fund
that
goes to.
my argument with
know?
that I actually had this argument the other day. My argument with the general fund,
Yeah,
regardless of what that money goes to,
yeah,
the ABC stores put that on their bags as well.
yeah, and it just,
And you know what? At least somebody put
Yeah.
forth the effort to show where it may go.
yeah.
Whether the general fucking fund
Yeah,
is
and
to
I've
pay for
given-
salaries, pay for fucking the tires that they put on the trucks to
ALE
to-
agents. I mean, there's
You know,
a lot
fuck it,
that they gotta
whatever,
pay for,
dude.
and I get that.
whether it pays for fucking dildos for
Yeah.
their fucking secretaries for
Well,
Christmas.
I would be pretty upset about that.
Don't give a
but-
shit. The reason I don't care is because they put forth an effort to make it
Yeah.
noted where
Well,
it goes.
I get that there are administration fees associated as far as like paying people salaries that work for those government agencies, but at the same time, like this is a state-driven company, basically. You
It
know,
is.
I mean,
It's a
it's not
state
really
company.
a company, but
Yeah.
I mean, in the scheme of things, it's very similar. And you know, when you're talking about taxpayers' dollars, you know, or the money that's flowing through these ABC stores,
There's a fucking lot.
it kind of drives a little bit of curiosity. I mean, to figure out where that money's going.
I do know.
you know?
I do
Yeah.
know. I actually
They're
talked to a
watching.
guy. I talked to a guy one time that worked for the ABC.
The board, the
Going
local
to,
Whatever.
it's going to the
Conglomeration.
it's going to the Lolita Express.
Yeah, that's where it's going of North Carolina.
The Bohemian Grove.
The Pizza Gate of North Carolina. I did talk to a guy that worked for the ABC stores, whatever, for North Carolina.
Yeah.
And when we had those bad floods in the mountains a few years ago of North Carolina, they actually had to go to an ABC store, and because of it flooded, they had to demolish every bottle in that store.
Really?
They literally took the bottles and threw them in a huge trash can
Yeah.
and smashed them when they threw them. They had to break. If they didn't break, they had to go in and break them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a huge fucking loss, I'm sure.
Yeah, and this is I'm gonna dive a little bit deeper.
But they
and I
couldn't even
don't-
save
I
anything.
don't
They couldn't
quite
take anything
know-
with them.
I don't quite know all the ins and outs of it, but from what I've heard, the liquor that flows through this state, although it flows through the state itself, like a governing agency in the state, from what I've understood, the state doesn't own it. Now,
No,
and this is and
They
I
still have distributors too, but it's
Yeah.
it's more under the guise of the government. Of
yeah.
North
So
Carolina.
and that's what throws me off. Like you see these huge numbers that are going, you know, to
yeah,
ABC, you know, and it's like, well, fuck, why do y'all need to make that much money, you know?
Yeah.
Like, is this a profiting thing?
Yeah,
Is
that's all
is the state trying to make profit off this? And if that is what they're doing, you know, like, is that cool?
Fuck, I still. I mean, Tennessee still has kind of an ABC board, and they still make money off of it, but they still sell liquor in fucking Walmart.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've seen it. I bought it. I bought it in Tennessee. It was great. It was good liquor from Walmart.
That's what I've always thought was so weird. Like, why can't I go to CVS and buy some whiskey?
Yeah.
But I mean, in Tennessee, they still
That
govern
would
it.
be a free market thing.
I see. Well, see now. Now, I'm not like.
Hold on now.
Oh wait.
I think that there are definitely certain things that I like when we talk about generals and talk about specifics. There's things we could probably definitely agree on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, but. And I think generally we're probably in disagreement. Specifically on that issue, we are in agreement. You know what I mean? Is what I would say. I don't know.
Yeah.
The money. I don't know. I don't understand the ABC store thing. I think that's weird.
Yeah, and I've when we opened the bar, man, I got pretty deep into. I think that's a lot of just the military background. There's a law, the NC 18B, NC GS 18, whatever it is. It's just the law book for North Carolina alcohol sales, and I read that thing front to back, dude, and that was a lot of dry black and white shit.
Yeah.
You know, like it was terrible, but I wanted to know it. You know, I'm in the industry. I gotta read it, and so much of it was just like. It's just crap, you know. Like I don't understand how it functions the way it does and why it functions that way. It doesn't make any sense to me, but it just seems like it's an agency to make profit. To me, that's kind of how it comes off, and I don't see that as being cool.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know too much about it. It's a new thing to think about for me. It's crazy though.
Indeed.
I don't know,
We're pretty
Jimmy.
deep right now, aren't we?
We are. We've gotten
Yeah.
real deep. We're way over time too. What
Yeah.
time?
Yeah.
Shit.
Your boy tied.
Sorry,
Dustin
if I
been
dragged
working all
this
day.
one on.
No, it was good. It was good. It was good
Yeah.
stuff.
It was.
What'd y'all say?
I said we're way over time by now, huh?
Yeah.
We are. We got 2 episodes.
Shit.
Let's cut this bitch up, make it into a 2-part. Just take next week off.
Yeah. Vacation.
That might happen.
Dude, I'm down.
I'm down.
Well, thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Yeah,
dude.
you're gonna have to come back.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I'm down.
We can talk more about. Let's get fucking someone that I know besides Pedro the Frog, because
Pedro.
I
That's who
I can talk to Pedro.
That's what I was thinking about earlier.
I can talk to Pedro, but I don't know if I want to talk to him on the record.
no,
On the record.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he wants to speak on the record either.
no, probably not. Man,
Pedro.
that was
Shout out Pedro. I love Pedro. Even though we disagree on a lot, he's one of my favorite people to talk to.
y'all have had some
If you know, you
deep
know.
conversations. Yeah, dude. Thank you again for coming on.
Carson, this is one of my favorite. It's probably one of my favorite episodes we've
Really?
had.
Yeah.
Just as far as talk, like as far I don't know about like how enjoyable it's going to be for people to listen to it, but just as far as like me being a part of it is one of my favorites for sure.
Hell yeah. Well, thanks, guys.
One thing that we can learn from this podcast is go drink beer at Goldsboro Brew Works.
207 North John Street.
207 North John Street, downtown Goldsboro.
I'm there
Ding.
basically all
Be
the
your
time.
favorite brewer.
Boom. And don't get tattooed in a goddamn house.
Yeah, don't
My
do
wife's
that.
gonna get mad at that one, but I don't.
Hey,
care.
actually, this is kind of cool. We're gonna try to start doing homebrew demos every Saturday at 4:00.
All
Nice.
right.
cool.
Yeah.
While we're all at work.
Sorry. Well, you guys are, but that's because
You'll be at
you
work too.
choose.
But
You
this
choose.
is-
You choose. To be, yeah, you choose to be heathens in a
Yeah.
tattooing industry.
Yeah. Fuck you.
all right.
You ain't doing it right until you drinking tattoo.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I've done it.
Done it too.
Me too.
Seen it.
I've actually tattooed Jacob drunk.
I've
I got the
Big,
tattoo
I've
to prove
tattooed
it.
Big John drunk.
You have tattooed Jacob drunk. Without a permit. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm one of those.
Fuck
I'm one of
you,
those
North
people that you
Carolina.
hate so much.
No, you were in a shop.
I was.
You were.
I was in this one.
You know
shop.
what? Fucking shit. The night you tattooed Big John drunk was the night I tattooed Jacob drunk.
No,
Really?
wasn't. Was it? No, it wasn't.
Yeah, because
I
that's the
remember
night I
we were-
ran from the Applebee's.
We left Applebee's and went back to the shop.
Oh no, that's right.
Yeah.
that was
That
two
was
different.
that was a
nights.
fun night.
Woo! We've had some crazies.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, it's like the end of the Lord of the Rings by now. Let's
Yeah,
it's dragging on. All
Dragon, just a bunch of trees walking.
right, boys and
All
girls.
right, y'all. Be good.
Bye, y'all.
Later.